And we are live. Second time for me live today. Welcome everyone to Fun in the Country Basement. I'm so glad that I get to join this week. It's been a couple of weeks. I'm excited to hang out with Glenn and Walter and see what's going on. There's already a lot of people in the chat. We'll get to that in a moment. But Glenn, I will go ahead and let you do your introduction.
Well, this week's introduction is going to be fun and exciting because I have a Xander today. So, hey, everybody, I am Glenn.
And I'm Xander.
And together we are Fun King 3D. And I made Xander be here today. He doesn't typically like to do these streams because he never has anything to work on. But I made him do it today because we're going to talk about our birthday stream next week. But in the meantime, go ahead, Walter.
Hey, everybody, I'm Walter from Kuntry 3D. And I'm just here, just as an innocent bystander. I promise. I didn't have anything to do with any of it. It's all Xander's fault.
Come here one time.
All right, Chris, the chat's yours, buddy.
Excellent. All right. So I won't work on this for.
Wait, no, I'll take chat if you want to keep working or something.
It doesn't matter. We're in pretty good shape today, actually. RCC&C is here. Walter and Glenn are both here. Sean Gould is here. Dayan, we'll go with that, is here. Welcome. Sean Butler is here. Uncle Ron, welcome, Uncle Ron. Casa de Wackos, Tony is here. I don't know if that's an R and an N, but Jarny is here.
Jarnove?
Yeah,
Jarnove?
Nappin. Sergio's here for HV80C. Never Let the Machines Win. Mike Bennett is here. 3D Maker Kid. Andrew S. Christopher Mascheck. Britt Hawks is here. Derek Matthews is here. Bryce Schwartzweather. Carl Brown. Paul Cumber. Robert Reynolds. Eldest Online is here. And R. Salmond is here. There you go. That is everybody that's currently in the chat. The Guinness is here as well.
I just wanted to say welcome back to Bryce Schwartzwelder. As y'all know, and y'all may have seen, I have worried about Bryce for the past few weeks because he just disappeared, and he's back now. Welcome back, Bryce.
Well, good to know nothing's wrong.
Right.
So, and I want to give a quick, huge shout out to Sergio HVAC A to Z for this lovely shirt, but not only just for this lovely shirt, but for being such an awesome human being to include my son and send him a shirt as well. Awesome, brother. Super appreciate it.
That was really cool, Sergio. Thank you, Sergio, for doing those shirts for the giveaway anyway, altogether. That was really cool of you to offer, but then to go the extra mile and kick in for Glenn.
Yeah, I said, I love when people do stuff for me, but it's tenfold when they do stuff for my kids. So I really, really, really appreciate it. It is very awesome of you to consider him and think about it.
I'm gonna have to find out what font he used so I can make me one.
No, you have to win it. You got to be in it to win it.
James Johnson says, "Greeting from sunny South Florida." Well, Glenn's in sunny Central Florida, and I'm in sunny North Florida, so.
Oh,
the weather sunny. Yeah,
the weather here yesterday and today has been just beautiful. In fact, I got sunburn on the back of my neck mowing the lawn yesterday. So, but yeah, so I wanted to make Xander be here today. Bennett asks, is the birthday stream next weekend? Yes, and I'll touch on this a couple times through the next couple hours.
Balloons.
There's going to be what?
Balloons.
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 But yeah, next Sunday, technically next Saturday, Fun King 3D is 2 years old, but we're going to celebrate it on Sunday on the FKB stream. I have not got the official list of stuff that we're going to give away, but thanks to Uncle Ron, we do have a printer to give away, which is pretty awesome. I think, unfortunately, at this point, all the stuff I have to give away is U.S. only. And I know that hurts for those of you guys who aren't here in the U.S., but I think I'm responsible for the shipping on everything, and I just can't ship out of the country. I can't afford it with the amount of stuff that we're giving away. But if that changes, of course, I'll let you guys know. And I apologize for that, and I will work harder next time to have some international gifts as well. But yes, we will have balloon and hats and cake.
I like balloons.
Yeah, and cake.
Will there be helium?
Of course there will be helium. Yeah. We had so much fun with the helium last year.
I'm gonna get a piece of cake that matches your cake, so you can virtually hand it to me, so I can have cake too.
Okay, yeah. We'll set that up.
We'll line up on that. Yeah.
We'll just use like Twinkies or Hostess cupcakes. Those are easy to mimic.
There you go.
Y'all suck. I can't even have no cake. I'm gonna be in Disney.
Well, you can have cake at Disney. It'll just cost you like 10 times as much.
It's like
It cost me
$80.
$40 for a slice of cake. and then to have them make one just like yours, so you can hand me a piece as well. I bet that would go through the roof in Disney.
How cool would that be if you did that at Disney?
Right? I could have Mickey come up and hand me a piece of Glenn's cake.
For the amount of money that would cost you, you could just fly in a helicopter here and get a piece.
I was fixing to say. I could just save my money and drive up there and get the piece. Say, hey, I'm dropping y'all off in Disney today. I'll be back later to pick y'all up.
I need some cake.
Matt Jake from State Farm says, "Hey, it's the Chris Riley. The band's back together."
The band is back together.
Paul wants to know how you're doing, Xander.
I'm doing very well. Thank you, Paul.
It's so exciting to have Xander here with me
Don't get used to it.
during a live stream.
Don't get used to it.
Well,
I mean,
hey, you do what your daddy says, boy.
You accused me of something. I don't even know what.
He accused you of something.
No, you accused me, Swampert,
Me?
Larry.
What did I accuse you of? You did it. Whatever it
I
was,
have
I
no
accused you of. But you're guilty. Look at that look. I see it.
he's always guilty of something.
I saw that hat you. Hey, I saw that hat you wore to church this morning. You're guilty. That's a guilty hat.
That's guilty of it?
I want to tell a cool story as well. I'm kind of proud. My Zach, for those of you guys who don't know Zach, I can't imagine many of you don't know who Zach is. He's my youngest, but officially this week he learned how to ride his bike, and I worked with him a little bit. Was it Tuesday night? I don't know. I went out with him one night and worked with him a little bit and ended up coming down with a nasty migraine. That must have been Tuesday because that was before I talked to you guys this week. And then so we went out Thursday night, and his best friend came over who also doesn't know how to ride a bike, and I taught them both how to ride a bike in one night, which was amazing. I used the throw the baby out of the nest method. I would just kind of get them going and just let them go. No matter how bad they crashed, whatever. And they just kept coming around. But they were practicing in the grass, which is, obviously way harder to pedal in the grass. So, but they were getting the hang of it. So we took them to the park yesterday morning, and let them ride on the tennis and basketball courts. And they can both now take off on their own and steer. The braking, hitting the brakes is still a little iffy. Sometimes they just crash into the dirt or the fence. But
Or jump off.
So I'm pretty proud. I mean, I was 6 when I learned how to ride a bike. Now Zach is 8. His best friend is 35, but that's okay. There's no.
I was gonna say you weren't teaching Uncle Ron how to ride a bike.
Oh, you're being nice to Uncle Ron, telling him he's 35. Wait, 35 years older than Glenn is what Glenn should have said.
But no, they're actually his grandparents have the house right behind me, and they're in class together. They're just inseparable. They are the bestest of friends, and it was he'd come over and Zach said, well, my dad's going to teach me how to ride my bike, and he was like, well, I could go get my bike, and I'm like, go get it. I said, do you know how to ride without training wheels? Well, no. And I said, well, let's get him off there.
Right. Carl said, come teach Tasha. She's 15 and still can't. The problem is, Carl, is that once you get past that age of no fear of falling, it's harder to learn.
Well, and once you get physically bigger, you're falling farther. That's why slip and slides work great when you're a kid, and then they're painful when you're an adult.
Yeah.
The ground is further away. So, but
well, and you weigh a lot more, and your bones are more brittle, and you know how it is, old man.
Yeah, I full confession, my wife doesn't know how to ride a bike either. But she grew up in Miami, and there was no Like there was no way she could have a bike; it would just get stolen. So
Yeah, my wife can't swim.
Good on Zach for learning how to ride a bike. I learned how to ride a bike on a bike that was way too big for me, so my feet couldn't touch the ground. So I would just take it to the big, and nobody was really around to teach me much. So I would just take it to the biggest hill I could find and aim for a tree. So, so when I got there, I just grab onto the branch, and that was my braking method until I figured it out.
yeah, when I was about 10, maybe 8. I don't know. I had a full size 10-speed Schwinn that was entirely too big for me, and I would have to lean it against a tree and climb onto it to get going. But no, I actually learned. I had a bike. I had a banana seat Schwinn, and Schwinn is a brand.
It's a funny word.
And I just I couldn't learn to ride and a friend of mine had given me his old bike, which was half the size. It was like a 12 or a 14-inch bike, and I learned within 2 hours, and then
Right.
I could move right from that to the other bike, and I was fine.
Yeah.
But see,
It was like the mechanics weren't right. I don't know.
Glenn had a Schwinn and I had a Western Flyer.
Western Flyer.
Yes,
My
sir.
sister had a Western Flyer.
I had the old red Western Flyer that had the looked like the 1957 Chevy front bar on it, with the big wide. Yeah.
Well, I grew up in Minneapolis, and that's where Schwinn was.
Right.
So everybody rode a Schwinn.
Well, see, and the cool thing is I learned to ride in Florida. So a lot of people don't realize that, we walked around barefooted and we played in the grass and stuff. We didn't have rocks growing up. All we had was sand. So when you hit the ground, it was soft. I moved away and I'm like, why is your ground so damn hard? Why do I need a pickaxe to dig? I mean, people don't realize I could go dig a 4-foot deep hole in my backyard probably in 20 minutes.
Oh,
Of course, it filled with water.
It would be full of water, right?
Right. RCCNC said he's from Mankato, and I have no idea where that's at. But
No, I'm super proud of the little guy for doing it. And he bumped himself a lot and fell down a lot, but he still did well.
I just got notification that Chris Riley guy's live.
Oh, you just got the notification now?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Thank you, YouTube.
Right. That Chris Riley guy.
Oh. we have a guest. That was priceless.
Bravo.
Are you okay?
Well
No.
done, gentlemen. Well done.
No.
Good job.
Wait, you just immediately take off?
No.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's Shane from Prusa.
I get nothing to it.
Okay, so for those who didn't know, which is everybody but Walter and Chris, I knew Shane. Well, I guess Uncle Ron knows too, but I knew Shane was coming. I knew Shane was going to be here. I've known now for better than a week, and I haven't told Xander. I kept it completely secret.
You kind of kept everything on the download just so somebody wouldn't catch on.
That's the real reason I made Xander be on the stream today, was so that I would have video footage of him. And hopefully the other camera. That's why I put that camera there, was to catch your facial reactions. Oh, that was worth it. We can just end the stream now.
I told you you did it, Xander. You did it.
Let's get you mic'd up.
Oh boy. Get a mic.
Oh yeah. Oh God, that was so worth flying him all the way down here.
My appearance sponsored by.
Okay, so now, so tell me what just happened.
this guy comes out of nowhere, I scream no and walk the other way.
No, but what was going through your head? It took you a second to process it, didn't it?
Yes. I'm trying to-
Just be thankful they didn't go with my original idea.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't even want to know it.
Shane had some crazy ideas. He was gonna like make me bring him in with a bag over his head, you know, like a black bag and stuff. He was kidding.
The other idea was like, one of your mail days, and then find a box big enough for myself and then pop out of it.
No, not good.
Shane's mic isn't on.
Oh yeah, you gotta.
Sorry.
Teach him how to use something other than a printer. Teach him how to use something other than a printer.
Hey, you know it's tough. It's tough to be in the presence of such awesomeness.
So you guys can't see what I can see over here, man. This is a professional setup, sir.
Yeah. Everything inside the camera range
It's perfectly clear. Everything else
is trash. I've swung that camera around. People have seen my disaster.
I've been in there, Shane. I've been in there.
It's a nice setup, though, man. I mean, this is really
It is.
honestly.
So you can hear him now?
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, but sorry I kept you guys out of the loop on this because we really want to try to keep this for a surprise for someone who's doesn't
Yeah.
look
I don't
think
too
it worked. Try
surprised. He
again.
looks more angry than surprised.
Process all of this.
I don't think it worked. Try again.
Which plan do you want to go with next?
It wasn't the fact that Shane was there that surprised him. It was the thought, oh no, now I have to work at the Prusa booth.
I did try to see if I had like a smaller shirt with me and everything else, but unfortunately I didn't. But I'll work on one for you.
But you know how like when you were a kid and stuff, and you'd be out at Walmart or whatever, and you'd run into one of your teachers from school, like your brain couldn't process like that person being outside of school because you've never seen them anywhere but there.
Yep.
You know.
Glenn, you got to quit trying to confuse people. There was no Walmart when you were little.
I went down to the Swamp Guy Larry Stone store
Yes, you did.
because
The Swamp Guy Larry
Swamp Guy
Five and
Larry was working there.
Swamp Guy Larry 5 and dime. That's right.
5 and dime. There's your age showing through.
I'm telling you, brother.
Oh, that was so worth it. That was
definitely good.
that was so funny. I hope the footage.
Oh, because I'm sure no one's gonna, just take a video clip of that. No one's gonna make a meme or.
Oh God.
See, that's what everyone says. Whenever they think of me, they sit there and go, "Oh no!" See, you're fitting right in.
I want to tell everybody Happy Easter. By the way, today is Easter Sunday. I am full. Chris, I hope you went and got you some lunch.
Yeah, I haven't had any Easter-ish food yet, but I will later, I'm sure.
Oh come on.
Glenn, how'd y'all do for Easter?
What's that?
Did y'all do an Easter lunch or just go to church and grab
We just
something on the way home?
we just had cheap pizza from Little Caesars, but we're gonna have something to eat after the stream because Shane being here and stuff. I will definitely share this video clip.
Please don't.
It's not like where I had the camera wasn't perfect because it ended up with Shane right in between the camera and Xander, but you do get I don't know, maybe I can monkey. Oh, I still have that camera hooked up. I don't know. I will share the clip though because it's pretty funny.
James Johnson. That's true. I did have some gummy bears today.
Right, you did have gummy bears. You're right.
I still got some. I should.
Well, I think the favorite. I don't know. How are you doing, Chris? You're getting close to firing that up.
I'm still putting this buffer together. My contact at Prusa couldn't send me a fully assembled one.
So
Because we don't have them.
Well, you could have put it together for me.
Yeah, sure. Let me get right on that. Hold on.
You're an expert.
It's not working. Sorry.
Well, being that these streams are all about projects,
Jesus
could you go ahead and
You know what? For this, might as well.
I mean, you're here. And
Yeah.
We need to change. We need to change Shane's name right now. It's called Sucker.
Now, Chris, were you on earlier on this morning?
Yes.
The low
Yeah.
spots?
Yep.
Because Poppy Ron says hi, because he called me in and he's like, and he sent me a message. He's like, hey, you're on right now. And I'm like, he's not normally on Sunday mornings.
Oh yeah, he does a lot of Sunday mornings because I miss him. So I'm always in church, and then he's like, "Hey, did you see my?" And I go, "No." So, yeah, I thought Chris was going to wait to build his MMU until we could do it together, but then he went and did it without me. So
Yeah, my timetable's too tight. I got to get back to testing.
Either that or he learned from last time, when they were doing the joint build together with him and Walter. And,
right.
Chris was talking him through and Walter had to do it. Probably drove Chris insane.
Right, yeah, you could have had it done in like 5 minutes instead. Yeah.
10 hours.
That was mentioned a few times this morning.
Eddie Moser, that was all Xander's doings.
What did I do?
What's that? What are we talking about? Oh,
He said, who would let Shane in? That was all Xander.
He's just like, I just sat here.
I
I didn't even want to be here today. They just put me in front of the
yeah,
camera.
no,
and said, "Go."
I've decided that I want to try to have as many guests here in the studio as possible because I think this is really cool. I think it's and I'm never going to tell Xander who's showing up.
Oh, that'd be the best. See, but now you have to change it around because next time when you sit there and say you're going to be on the show today, you're like, oh wait, no, I remember last time. No,
It's good because he doesn't like to be on these streams with me. So now I can be like, hey, I need you to come on, and he'll be like, okay, thinking somebody's coming, and then nobody shows up.
Walter, what are you working on?
Staying awake because I'm full from Easter lunch.
What did it? Did your wife cook?
Yes, she did. So did I.
You,
But and not only that, our kids surprised us by being 2.5 hours early from Arizona. So they weren't supposed to get here until 4 o'clock, right when I started streaming, and they got here at probably about 2:30. So we sat down and ate with them, and then we had to hide eggs and do all that stuff. And then I'm probably still in the doghouse for a bit for coming over here and streaming.
Well, you didn't have a choice. We made you.
I know.
Now you can go grab one of your kids though and have them come on the stream. Like, no. Glenn has Shane on. No, you need to come with me right now.
I got a question, and y'all may have had this before. Chris, Glenn, Shane. No, Shane probably hasn't, but Chris and Glenn maybe. Have you ever had ham rice?
No,
I don't think so.
When you bake a ham, you got all that juice, right? You pour that off and you substitute that for the water in your rice when you cook rice, and it soaks that ham juice into that rice. Have you never had that?
Never seen that one.
You have never lived. My mother-in-law made that for me 25 years ago. Every event that happens in our house that, we have to bake a ham, we make ham rice. Sorry. It is the most artery clogging, best tasting thing you have ever put in your mouth.
The most heart stopping
And
emergency room visiting.
And on Walter's gravestone, I loved ham rice.
I love ham rice.
it was the ham rice that did me in.
That's right.
Tony Ryan said he was grilling pork chops, but then decided they were pork chops. Walter could leave if he wishes. We have Shane now.
Well, he does look like me.
Really? I did get a trim with the beard and everything else.
Yeah, Stephen Lightspeed said almost looks like Walter is at Glenn's.
Actually, you know what? Man, we should have coordinated better.
Yeah, I've been wearing the same shirt and stuff.
Oh yeah, because then you could have had mini Walter.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Yes, you will never ever let that down.
Yeah, I don't know where the Walter beard went to. Like, it got worn out.
Hey, I'm getting some extra. We could actually just make a real one now.
Oh, that's a little creepy.
Right?
All right, so now I can see the chat. So I'm just sitting there like, couldn't see anything.
Yeah, no, I didn't pick any projects really to work on today. Just
this was
because you're a project.
Multiple projects, and a hassle and headaches.
What is it that you got there, Chris?
You like that?
It's a little elongated.
That's your buddy Tom Lama. He made that and wanted me to sneak it into the stream today. It's a Fun King Easter egg.
Fun King Easter egg.
That's
Instead
funny.
of paid advertising, you can get paid spots, you know?
Right, yeah.
Be all set. Hey, Nappin. How's it going, man? And for everyone else who said hi, I didn't get a chance to see it because I'm blind. What's up?
No.
And Uncle Ron is here. What's up, sir? 3D printing line. You covered it with the chat avatars. See them.
So, Glenn, I know Xander's there today, but how does it feel to have a grown man that's actually younger than you in the chat in the house with you?
Well, there's a lot of people that are younger than me, just not you.
Well, see, the thing is, though, I mean, when Poppy Ron comes over, he calls you sir.
But that's only respect.
Yeah, he's respecting your age.
You're just jealous that you don't have a Shane in your studio.
No.
Don't give the company any ideas. They'll clone me and start sending me around.
I posted in the dark Twitters this morning a picture of Shane in the shower.
Oh, dear Lord,
Oh.
man. That was scary. That was scary, my friend. I just sat there, looked at it. I was like, ugh. And then I'm like, wait, that does look like me. That made it even worse.
So,
No,
Shane,
it's just
I got a
crazy.
question.
Go
I got
ahead.
a question for Shane, though. Because you came down from Boston, right?
Yep.
And you've been to Florida to the Miami Maker Faire or whatever, right?
Yes, sir.
Just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. So how do you think you're going to like being in that humidity and heat all the time?
Oh, with my size and everything else, it's going to be awesome. Just going to be walking around.
Well, not only that, because
time.
Glenn lives towards the center of the state, and the center of the state is, it's notoriously hot because you don't have the breezes like you do closer to the coast.
Walter, you're making me feel so happy.
Well, actually, oddly enough, Walter, this area is always very windy.
Really?
Yeah, it has something to do with we're kind of on a hill. Like this area is elevated, and the winds blow through here pretty good. So but it doesn't help. It's still hot.
Well, I know Gainesville. Gainesville's got dead air. It is so freaking hot and humid in Gainesville.
Yeah.
I go and I'm like, okay, I got to go home. There's no wind here. I can't breathe.
Martin from 3DP Iceland just came in. Hi there. What's going on? What stranger you have there,
I'm
Glenn?
not sure what's going on, Mark.
Xander is still spinning out of
shock.
control. He's just not sure. So I guess Xander doesn't know.
Oh, God.
Shane lives here now. I mean, not here.
Not here.
Yeah. He's
actually-
taking your bedroom.
Yeah, well, actually, we're going to get a bunk bed.
He has a bunk
down
bed.
below. You do?
Oh, it's got a bunk bed.
Perfect. We don't have to get a bunk bed. What's up, Roomy? How
So
you
you want the top bunk or the bottom bunk?
He's going to sit there next week with signs. Help.
No, y'all might want to explain to where Shane is moving to, because people are thinking he's moving into your garage suite, but you have somebody.
Yeah, no. Which that actually might have worked out had I not already had a renter in there. But
No, basically, I had to relocate. And so it was a timing issue. And I had some people that were just beyond nice. I really don't even have the words even to say just how thankful I am. And hold on, I know what you're saying. All right, let me just break it all down. From December, I ran into some hard times and everything else. And I had talked to some people in the community. Walter was one of them. And yes, you. Surprisingly, yes. Can we? Wait, we can't see the halo. We can't see the halo.
Surprisingly, yes.
There we go. So basically,
most people at your age are just cranky old farts, Walter.
actually, Walter was very, very helpful with a lot of things, and he was trying to help me out, but it was on my side of things. It just really didn't pan out.
Listen. Wait, let me stop you right there. I offered him my makerspace. This palace. He could have lived in this palace that I have here.
Yeah, but he didn't want to have to sit there and listen to you talk every night as
No
you're doing
joke.
live stream.
That is-
So
that
I'll be in the corner just with a blanket over my head going, oh my God, shut up.
Not only that, look, when I told him it was 35 minutes to the nearest Walmart, he was like, nah, no.
No. When you told me it was 50 miles to the nearest bar, I'm like, no. No, but basically, yeah. So Walter did make me an offer, and I knew that he was getting ready to make up his studio and everything else. And I didn't want to keep him from that. And so we talked afterwards and everything else. And, I just explained to him, thank you, but I'm going to see what I can do. So kind of went on. I had some personal things like a yo-yo going back and forth. So recently I just had to get out of there as quick as possible. And I had some other people that stepped up and really helped me out and offered me a place. And now I am in Florida. So here I am, basically, in a nutshell.
Right, and no, Shane does not live here, but he lives
God.
about 15 minutes from me.
I still
So
know where you live.
of all the odd places, because I live in a very odd place in Florida. I mean, it's not the most common area of Florida, and then it just happened to be that.
Yeah, because I think you found out about a week ago. Because
Yeah, I had no idea until you
I
messaged
I
me.
sent him a message and I was just like, "Hey man, what's up?" And Glenn was like, "Hey," I'm like, "You might want to get a restraining
Yeah,
order."
he goes, "Do you have any restraining orders against me?" And I'm like, "I don't think so. Should I?"
I was like, "Yeah,
Sean
you
Gould.
should."
Sean Gould is absolutely right. Shane just didn't want to have to work on my damn printers.
Well, that's why I made sure there was enough of a distance. It would take Walter I don't know, several hours to get here, so I have that much.
Listen. When you live in the Southeast, Shane, you're not adverse to driving, okay? Because you have to drive to get anywhere. So 2 hours and 45 minutes is just like going to the corner store. And I will say, let me say this. I think my video is a lot better today. Watching the live playback, and it's on Auto 720, and I'm actually coming in pretty clear. So those antennas that I bought last week actually made a difference.
Yeah, you're not grainy like you typically are.
Yeah, the audio is in sync too.
Well, I'm not using OBS camera.
That you never know. That's the Google Hangouts thing with OBS, and that's a crapshoot.
Okay, hold on. I know Shenanigans said, "Hey, Martin, what's up?" Sean, yeah, I don't. Well, let's see. Walter's printers. There's a difference between fixing a broken printer and fixing something that Walter touched. I'd rather fix a broken printer any time of the day.
Heck yeah.
Because fixing Walter's printers are really just fixing Walter.
Because then you have to sit there for like 5 hours. And like, how did he do this? This is physically impossible.
Listen here. Chris Riley had to send an MMU back in because the developers and engineers couldn't figure out what the hell he'd done. So
Yeah, I know.
I'm in good company. I'm in good company.
I was working with Chris and everything else. I was going back and forth. And yes, I know that it's been on its way to the developers. So I wouldn't even. I would actually. You know what? I should do that. Next time he breaks something, I'll just send it to the developers. They'll go insane. They'll sit there like.
Then Prusa, all the developers will quit.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, but that's just Joseph. So
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
it's true. It's only one guy, so hey.
And apparently, I was Joseph in Miami.
right.
Are you the owner? Yes, I'm the owner.
Well, you have to answer that question with the question of being, well, do you want to give me something?
Yeah, I know.
Or do you want to buy something?
No, well, I had one guy, very nice gentleman, everything up. And I was walking on, I had the shirt on. And he's like, I just have to come up and shake your hand. I'm like, okay. He's like, I want to thank you for all the hard work that you've done over the years and everything else. I'm like, oh, no. No. He's like, I just wanted to shake your hand, Mr. Prusa. I am so happy to hear you say that. It really means a lot to me. I didn't have the heart to tell him, like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not him. I was like, would have been heartbroken.
Well, that guy hangs out in our chat, so now he knows.
God, I hope not.
RCC&C said, glad things are turning around for you, Shane. And we all are, buddy. We all there for you.
It's, I kind of started up a little side project channel and everything else. And, it's like, it's just like I said before on it. It's like it's mostly for me. It's just try to keep myself in check and kind of not slip into a dark place with things. So to me, it's not like, well, hey, my life is all public and everything else, but I just tried to do something where maybe it would help someone out, but for the most part, it's just to keep me.
Well, Shane was talking and we missed it. We missed the Chris Riley doing the hair flip.
Oh, wait. Can we do that again?
His ponytail had fell over and we missed it. He did the hair flip.
He did the Goldbergs.
No.
Yes. I don't know if it was that or
Hold on, we can try to reenact it. Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
God.
There we go. That's perfect. What do you mean?
You take this.
You don't like my hat now?
No,
He no longer likes me anymore.
Yeah, the Fabio flip. There you go. That's what I was looking for.
He's still dazed and confused.
Oh no, he's already plotting my his revenge on me now. He's like,
he thought he was just going to get to sit here for part of the stream while we talked about the birthday stream next weekend.
we'll see the
Chris, is that a rewinder?
Well, he can go around that way.
Yeah, but I can
So-
grab him real quick.
You have permission to go anytime you want. You don't have to stay. Yeah, that's fine. And then Shane can have a nicer chair. So, but make sure you turn your mic off.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that. Chris, is that the rewinder, Chris?
No, it is not.
It's not? Okay. That looks like a custom Chris Riley spool holder.
It's my Walter spool holder.
Oh wow.
It's blue and orange.
Then it's not going to work worth a crap.
He doesn't like to do these streams with me. He likes to sit over on the other side and just play video games.
Well, for those of you who don't know, at Murph, I discovered that someone has a fan base now because someone was working at my booth and had people coming up and asking for his autograph.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I've got video and pictures and stuff of him signing stuff for people.
So you're doing really good, sir.
Yeah, it's yeah. He's just got to find. He's got to find his new niche. The Xander's thing Thursday went well for almost a year and a half, I guess, but he just burnt out. And I mean, in fairness, so did I.
Yeah.
I mean, it was getting hard to make those.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, I can't see what a lot of people don't really understand is like whether it's you're producing video content or live streams or anything else, it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work
because you have to show prep, and for some of us who do show prep, Walter,
Thank you. I do show prep. I
He
sit
shows
down and
up.
turn
Yeah,
it-
I was going to say 2 minutes before the show, it doesn't count.
But I sit down, I turn everything on, and that's pretty much it. I show prep.
But it does, and then trying to keep it all fresh and new and everything.
Well, that was. I mean, the Xander thing Thursday was getting very repetitive because it was pretty much. I mean, how many pieces of plastic can you print out and talk about and be excited about?
Yeah,
so it was getting hard to pick the model that was something that he could talk. And so he would just pick something really, oh, I'm gonna do this fan nozzle, and I'm like, well, that's great. What are you gonna say about that for 2 minutes? I don't
It's
know.
a fan nozzle.
Yeah, and it's like, all right, so you got to pick something different then. And then we just kept having these big blowouts, and I'd throw him down the stairs, and
break everywhere.
yeah, no, I mean him. I would throw him down the stairs, and so. So
Ladies and gentlemen, Xander.
That's why. No, that's a wind mouth. You're correct, Patrick. I'm sorry. That is a wind mouth. So I actually have 2 different flavors of wind mouth here. I like to keep many varieties of wind mouth laying around.
Oh, I see.
Does this look even remotely familiar?
No idea. Are you sure it's a fan? I thought it was something else.
No, it's a wind mouth. But I stole the design from the MK3.
Oh no! Please, not again another one. You stole my design.
No.
We should have got the
No,
10
I stole the design.
That's right, but originally it came from DPT, so you have to give him credit.
Probably, yeah.
Well, actually, I'm still mad at him because he stole my idea for the tinfoil hats, okay? And I want a free roll of tinfoil now, okay?
But
'Cause
not
that
the
was
cheap,
my idea.
not the cheap dollar
No,
store
no,
kind.
no,
the
no.
Reynolds.
I want the Reynolds triple ply. I want the $5 a roll. I want that $1
Stuff that really crinkles when you fold it.
And all the while, Christian keeps working on
So I had to start with John O'Shaughnessy wrote, knock, knock, will be Child Protective Services. Nappin, is it Slick
It's-
3R or Slicer?
Slick 3R.
It's whatever you want it to be.
It's already been proven that it's Slicer, and that was out of the mouth of the original author of the Slicer.
That never happened.
But no, it did not. I don't know what he's talking about.
Chris is just sitting there just like, let's just egg him on even more, He's just sitting there with like the virtual poker. It's like,
Well, that's been something between Chris Riley and I for I don't even know how long that's been going back and forth between us. That was a big, inside thing between us. And when Tom Lama reached out to the author of Slicer, and he said, I've always just said it as Slicer, and I'm like, okay, this is it. This is definitive.
nope.
And I'm like, now what are we going to argue about? So, yeah, no, it's Slicer with Chris and I, and it's how old Walter is between me and
Right.
Walter.
Hey, Tony Ryan, if you see DPT around town, tell him he should come on Country 3D and do my live interview. He can wear his tinfoil hat. Nobody can hurt him.
I'm sorry. I would have so much fun if I was in the same town as him. I would make it a weekly thing just to protest out in front of his house with a tinfoil hat.
Well,
I would wear
at the
tinfoil
point that
suit.
somebody brought it up to him that they needed to go on Walter's channel, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh no, they'll just cut me off and
No.
stuff. Walter doesn't do that to people. I don't.
No, that's.
I mean, yeah.
It was a kid friendly, family friendly. It was a lame excuse, not just to hide behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because no one would have done that.
He's looking for views. He's looking for the shock factor. Pierre Appel wants to know: is it Prusa or Prusa?
I like Prusa.
Prusa.
Prusa. I've heard someone say that before, and I can never get it out of my head.
I seen Joseph post on Twitter one time that he says Prusa.
Yeah, it's Prusa. The correct Czech way of saying it, the S sounds more like a sh, so it's Prusa.
So I got a question for Shane
Okay.
and Chris and Glenn. Is it Chris Warcocky or Chris Warlocky?
Anyone? Because I can go.
I don't know.
Well, cocky.
Well, I know that, but Joel's on Joel's video the other day. He said Chris Warlocky like 5 times.
Oh, that's okay. You can always. If I was Chris, I would change it because Warlock
but
sounds
Chris-
a hell of a lot cooler.
Well,
It's just funny. It's just funny because now I'm just going to call him Chris Warlocky from now
yeah,
on.
and definitely can't make fun of anybody for saying names wrong because I would win that. I am
me
terrible
too.
with names.
I'm right there with him.
Because
No
I'll
doubt about
sit
that.
there. Wait.
I got a distress call from Xander saying that Shane was at his house.
Help me.
What's that? Yeah, from Bennett.
It'd be so interesting. What's going on? You can have your seat back. Really? Forever.
Pure Apple said I look the oldest, but act more childish than Xander does. That's because I'm the youngest one on the channel. I mean, dang.
Well, for someone who's certainly younger, the youngest out of us, you certainly don't age well, sir.
I know that. I'm not saying
I'm
that.
thankful when your image kind of goes pixelated because kind of
The problem is, Shane, when 2019's over and I have to shave all this off because I got to shave come January 1st next year, you're going to see this baby face emerge and you're going to be like, oh, wow.
We're going to be like, oh my God, grow it back.
I'm gonna be like,
Grow it back,
You're
grow it
like,
back.
oh wow! It's not like oh wow, it's a great thing. It's like oh wow, no.
Walter's
Put it
only
back.
29.
Put it back.
He's only 29, but he's had a lot of ham rice.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
What is blue
that's
ham
what
rice
it is.
do?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Walter's actually only 22. It's just all that ham rice he's eating.
Hey, Pure Apple, just know, man, I'm the comic relief of the crew. Glenn's the old guy. Chris is the smart one, and I'm the comic relief.
I thought you were the comic target.
Well, I can be that too sometimes, but I do take it and run with it. Well, not very far because I'm fat, and but
You're pleasantly jolly.
Shane, the only question I have: what are the little hook feet on the buffer for?
It clips onto the back of the MK3.
So like it sets. Oh, sets like on the top of the back frame.
Yep. So
Okay.
you would have the input and output of the buffer, like to the left and right. So that part right there clips onto the back.
Okay.
If someone would have sat there and just waited for this until, maybe Glenn got his, we can sit there and grab it and just, start twisting and turning.
Yeah, well, waiting's not my thing.
Yeah. So
and Chris is way better at this stuff than I am. So.
Oh no, he
not
jumps
only that, Chris is the perfect candidate for that meme. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh no, because I've seen Chris jump on Prusa chat and I just pick him up right away because I'm like, hey, I'm talking to someone famous. This is cool. When I see Walt, I'm like, oh, give him to the new guy. Go.
I'll get on there looking for Shane, and I'll get somebody else, and I'll put it. Hey, I was working with Shane on a problem. Can I talk to him? And then Shane comes on. You've got a lot of problems.
Well, it's just like you say it, you just open it wide open. I have to take the swing on it.
Oh, I enjoy it. And
see, Shane knows that when I get on Prusa's chat, I'm only on there to give him a hard time. I hardly ever get on Prusa's chat to actually ask a question of anybody. I'll get on and ask for Shane, and when he comes on, I'm like, "What's up?"
When you used to stream more often and you would work on our projects, I learned very quickly to have your stream going on in the background. So I'll get like a heads up and everything else, and I'm like, I'll take 20 people as fast as I could, so he couldn't get to me. And
But then he would make the mistake of commenting one time, and I'm like, all right, Shane, now you got to listen for the rest of the stream so I can just holler it out.
But I will say, you're probably about the only YouTuber I've been on call on one of your streams as often as I was, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
And everything else, but what would really mess me up is like I'm listening to you and I'm trying to help someone else out, and then I start typing what I would say to you to the other person.
Right.
And they're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, don't even just.
Sorry, that wasn't for you.
Exactly.
Look, I made it bigger, so it's easier to see now.
Thank you.
Hey, there was a question earlier, Shane. You are still working for Prusa, correct?
Yes, I am. It's not like I left the company or anything else like that. And, right now with everything that's going on, they've been really good and everything. So I haven't left the company or anything else. And one thing that I did kind of do, because at Murph, I had people coming up to me and, because they saw that I was absent from social media. And some people thought like, I had like some illness or terminally ill. I'm like, oh, no. Because I wanted to correct people very quickly before, that came out. Because, the support that I've gotten, since back in December all the way to now, it's just been nothing but amazing. Glenn's wife gave me a ride over and we were talking about that. Just like with this community, it just brings together so many incredible people and just a willingness, just to help someone out, anyone out. It's
Absolutely.
I can't find the words just to say just how incredible it is, and I'll be forever thankful. Is Shane never let the machines win. Is ShaneWorkingNow.com. I'm not even going to go near there with recent domain name registrations and everything else because I would have too much fun. About your work, do you have a Prusa office or work from home? 3DP Iceland. I work remotely, so basically, I had a very small work area, and now with things, I'll look into see what I can do to get back into the streams and everything else. But primarily, I work from home. I don't have an office. If that ever changes, you guys will know.
Oh, Prusa needs to open an office here and then give me a job too.
I have no idea what you're talking. I've never heard that.
We should have an office here, like here. Like
here.
not like here, but here.
Here.
Yeah,
Okay, so
and
it's
then,
not here.
And then just you and I will work there.
No problem. Well, we'll send Walter. We'll kidnap.
What's up, John?
You'll make me want to barf with the mushy. With the mushy.
Hey.
Oh, Sean.
Speaking of the domain name registration, crazyswampguylarry.com is a thing, by the way. It is a thing.
Yeah, but there is one thing I just want to say real quick, because like there are a lot of people who did help me out, and I don't want to sit there and start naming names and everything else. It's just because like somebody kind of sat there and like, well, hey, did they asked me if I asked I asked somebody if they let someone else know about the situation that was going on, and they said no. I'm like, okay. He's like, it wasn't my story to share. And I thought that was like a really cool way of saying it and everything else. So, I mean, there's, believe me, I remember, the people who helped me out and everything else. And I'm not comfortable start spitting out names and everything else, but there's no words to say just how thankful and grateful I am between people just listening to me go on like a crazy person to, helping me get down here and everything else. It's just amazing. So thanks to the community for all your support.
They said I'm back to blurry again, so I'm looking better now.
Yeah, exactly. See, I can look at you now.
Yeah, Chris is actually controlling your blurry from his end.
I'm sure he is.
He's
Actually,
developing.
I'm looking at it on my screen. And it's still at 720p, so I don't know what they're seeing.
He's got like this big knob on his desk. That's the Walter blurry knob.
Right? It's kind of like the Buffalo Wild Wings thing where the guy's back there hitting the buttons, tripping the football players.
Yeah.
In the thing. That's Chris. He's like, make him more blurry. Make it more blurry. Break his printer. Make him look stupid. See, it's all Chris's fault.
Well, no one has to make you look stupid. You kind of do it on your own.
Well, the thing is, though, that's so you're looking in the mirror again, Shane. You got to stop that.
Well, I would agree with you, but I can see the monitor right there.
That was totally I'm rubber, you're glue.
Exactly. What do you guys say next? Sticks and stones may break my fall.
Glenn, that's so old. Only you remember that.
No, I'm not. You are.
But I will say
I know you are, but what am I?
I will say this, though. This morning, where I'm at, there's a lot of golf carts going around, and there's one down there with blue and orange.
Yeah,
and I was trying to take a picture of it and everything else without looking like a crazy guy running down the street with a camera trying to take the picture of it and everything else.
I will tell you this. I was very upset last night. Garth Brooks was in the swamp last night, and a lot of our friends went, and I had offer of tickets, and we could have went, but we had all the kids coming for Easter today. I'm like, come on, the concert starts at 7:00. It's not going to be over till like 11:30.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then I would have been like, nah, there would have been no Easter happening today.
Because old guys need to be in bed when the street lights come on.
Yeah.
So
it's not that. If I go past that 10:00 thing, it's the staying in bed after. That's the thing.
Walter being blurry reminds me of the Homer Simpson boudoir photo session. Need more Vaseline on the lens.
No, it's funny because I saw Garth Brooks 3 times in 1 week in 3 different states. We were on our way home from Tennessee. It was Tennessee, Alabama, and Florida all in the same week.
Wow.
And that's when Garth Brooks filed the restraining order to keep him 500 miles away at all times.
I didn't hear anything he just said, so.
You didn't miss much. It was a bad joke.
Oh.
His mic's not dying, though, right?
I don't know. He's awful low.
Well, because that mic is the only one that still runs on batteries on the receiver.
I think it's okay.
I got to put on my old... No, you're still fine.
You got to put on your old glasses. That's right.
I got to put on my old man glasses.
I think it's the way the mic is falling over and just kind of pointing out to his right ear. And
I'm sorry, I'm not as sophisticated. I'm used to having, the same type of mic setup you have.
Notice I have one like in my face right now.
That's audio.
Wow, that's Uncle Buck's twin in the Fun King 3D studio. We're all mean to one another, but the people in the chat are really
vicious.
No
kidding. People look at me like, you're so mean. I'm like, no. You need to come here. you'll see mean.
Thing is, Glenn, you know, it's just like we were talking about the other day. It's like sitting around a fire with a bunch of friends when we get on Fun in the Country Basement, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
It's fantastic.
That's the whole point of this stream.
Yep,
Laid back, casual as can be. Do whatever we want to.
Exactly. You get to have everyone else participate, join in.
That's right. Well, you know, I've said this a bunch of times, but when we originally decided to do these streams, we were going to ignore the chat. It was just going to be the three of us getting together, chit-chatting about whatever we wanted to, and then just letting the people be involved. Well, that didn't.
You just look at how many good one-liners you would miss out on if you ever did that.
Oh, Sean, this one, I've had this one up here for a while. I can't remember when you sent that one to me, but it's been there for a while. And then the other one is still up there too. It's just sliding down the wall. So,
Hey, Chris, are you about to print anytime soon?
I'm having a Fenda probe issue at the moment.
You need support? I think we can rustle up some.
They're not around on Sundays.
Oh,
okay. I'll remember that next time.
fluffing off on Sunday.
Nope, I'm not around.
yeah, it's all right.
I have a personal support person.
Beppe Stahlbrand.
My own personal guy.
Beppe Stahlbrand says, "Is this the moonshine live streaming?"
That's what we need, Mason.
No, we can't do moonshine. It has to be water. Glenn is very, very much a stickler. He's the old guy in the room. He's the daddy. He's got to tell everybody how it is.
That's right.
No moonshine.
No, it's got to be family friendly.
But the only person he has to tell that to is Chris, though, because I'm not drinking any damn moonshine anytime soon.
No.
He has a find a problem. He couldn't find it.
Yeah, no, never let the machines win. Meeting y'all at Murph was the best part of the event. The cool thing with Murph and everything is like everyone had their projects and everything else, but it was like just getting together. There was no like hundreds of miles distance between one another and then just hanging out and everything. That was awesome.
Apparently, Sean sent me a new love note, so I got to open this box.
You might want to make sure it doesn't buzz or vibrate or tick.
That would be Tennessee, Tony Ryan. Tennessee.
I don't see a love note in here, Sean.
Beppe, you're right, but that's not always the case either. Chris sometimes just stand there and referees me and Glenn.
It's true. That's my most important job.
Did you tuck it inside? That would be crazy because I'm going to send these. By the way, these were sent to me by IC3D, Sean, for part of the giveaway next week. So, you know, if I can bring it upon myself to part with it. This is Fun King 3D Yellow PETG.
Or, you know, later on I'll go home and next, you know, Glenn's like, where did those filament things go? I swear they were just here.
Yeah, I know. I don't see
it should have been on top.
In the wrong box.
He said it should have been on top.
No, no, there's no.
There was bubble wrap, and that's it.
Yeah, no note. So somebody got my love note.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be nice. Somebody random's gonna open it up and go, "Ooh, okay."
Either that's like, wow, their customer service is really good.
Yeah, because Sean sent me a shipment one time and it didn't include a love note, and I gave him crap about it. So this was the one that he sent me back with the original roll of Fun King 3D Yellow PETG. I knocked over my benchy with Chris Riley smoke.
You know, we
Chris Riley's head. But it works like benchy smoke.
That's too good.
Christopher Maschek, the only time they make that color is when they're sending some to Glenn. He's the only one that takes that. The only one.
No, they sell a crap ton of that stuff.
They
haven't taken the time to label it correctly on the website.
Well, see, the problem is that, you know, all those accounts that you buy it through don't count, Glenn. It still comes to you, man.
But they don't know that.
Not yet.
That 4,000 square foot garage is getting smaller and smaller. We know.
Oh, it is, but not because of Filament.
No, you put the FK1 in there.
I will say this, as far as like the whole Murph thing, just to go back for a second, mad props for Sean for, all the work he did at IC3D, the little meetup beforehand, just taking us around, showing us everything, and he was just like nonstop. He was working, just like being the perfect host for us and everything else.
Well, and that's what I mean, for them to pretty much just like unlock the door and be like,
there you go.
Come on in. I mean, that's crazy. I don't know how long it was that they were still finding, pop cans and stuff just laying around all over in there. But
Hey, Sean, did y'all ever clean the shop and find my wife's vape tip? Regina lost the tip to her vape in the factory in there somewhere. It's on the floor somewhere.
I was wondering what that was in my filament box.
yeah, right. It probably fell into the extruder and then
somebody's gonna have a chunk of epoxy or acrylic or whatever this is made out of in their filament.
Every once in a while I'll get someone on Prusa chat and they're like, yeah, I think I found something in my kit, but I don't know if it's supposed to be there or not. I'm like, well, what is it? Like, it's a pack of gummy bears. And then I'm like, oh my God, you found it. I was having lunch the other day and I forgot my snack. If I send you a return label, can I get that back? And they're like, really? I'm like, no, it comes with every single printer. But yeah, I mean, have that stuff. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You would actually sit there and, I'm like, to each their own, everything else. But it's interesting.
That's got to be how somebody's really new to 3D printing, because I mean, candy and 3D printing for whatever reason is just very synonymous. Like, it's so amazing how many places send you candy.
Yeah, now it's almost like a little competition between who can send the better one.
The best candy, yeah.
Because Repcord did a little. Do you see? He did a little model of his. Yep. Yeah. The lifesavers.
Yeah. The what did he call that? The Rep Saver.
Yep, that was it.
Yeah, they were gummy lifesavers, right?
No, he can't find the gummy ones individually wrapped.
No.
Oh, I thought they were gummy lifesavers. That's why I didn't eat them. Damn.
No, they're hard candies.
I got a whole bag of I actually got 2 whole bags of Haribo from my matter of fact, I don't know, did they send one with the MMU2S upgrades, Shane?
I'm sorry?
Did they send Haribo with the MMU2S upgrades?
If it was in stock, yes.
Two big bags of them, because they know that you're going to have issues.
Yeah.
Oh no, we drug his.
So I have to ban Sean Gould from chat because he said that they don't want their sales to go down because they're selling Fun King 3D yellow film. And Sean said he did not find your wife's tip.
Yeah, I saw that.
I didn't want to sit there and read that, or I'm not even gonna bother.
No, I don't do gummy bear. Who was it? Shay at Murph was giving out the Albanese gummy bears.
Right.
And he knows I don't like them. He'd seen on stream that I didn't like them. So he'd come up and he'd laid like 3 bags on the table. He's like, here, these are just for you. And I just threw them all back at him. Like, go away. Nobody in my house actually likes gummy bears very much.
No Haribo in my MMU2 upgrade. I want to register a complaint.
Oh, not again. No, because actually, you know what? Oh man, because I always get the 2 of their names messed up. The guy with the from Malta, 3D Maker. No comments.
Talking about Joe? You talking about Joe?
Yes.
Mine came with gummy bears.
Please feel free to direct all comments, complaints to info@cruiser3d.com. Subject: I didn't get my hands on the kit. Yeah, but 3D Maker Noob, he was just like, he's like, I can't complete the kit. I don't have my gummy bears. And I'm like, all right, fine. You're going to Murph. I'll bring them down for you and everything else. And he's like, yeah, but I want mine signed too. I'm like,
your gummy bears?
Yeah, no, by Joseph. I'm like, you're gonna see him. You can ask him because I'm not gonna sit there. Yeah, boss, can you sign the gummy bears, please? So just don't ask.
Did you hear the story of me getting him to sign my printer?
No.
So he's walking. I'm sitting down for like the first time through the whole entire Murph, and he's walking, and I have taco in my mouth. And I go to, like, I see him coming, and I go to get up, and my legs give out, and I almost tackle him, and I'm like, he looks at me, and he goes, what? And I'm like, will you please sign my printer?
Probably sat there going, yeah, I thought we were the only
He's
ones
like,
who had alcohol.
he's like, that guy's nuts. Yeah, my legs, I stood up, my legs totally gave out, and I about fell on him. Uncle Ron standing in the aisle, like blocking him, like, you're not going by.
Oh, yeah, no.
I think he thought we were going to kidnap him.
No, Uncle Ron is committed, man. That man sits there, puts his mind to something, and he's like, I'm going to get him that autograph. It's almost like the Rick and Morty episode, where Morty wanted the president's. I wouldn't be surprised if he figured out some way, to basically kidnap Joseph. Like, I just want an autograph. That's all I want.
Last year at Murph, we were working our way through the crowd, and it was starting to get really congested.
Mm-hmm.
And I had said, "Oh, this crowd, it's getting to me," because I get anxiety in crowds. And Uncle Ron turns and he looks at me and goes, "Want me to clear the crowd?" And I'm like, no, I don't want that.
Well, what was it? It was at Bay Area last year. We had the MMU2 functional up there, and so Joel was up there, and Sean Connolly was up there, and so Sean's trying to get video footage of the unit working and everything else. So I just, I get I'm like, do you need a hand? He's like, oh, I'm just trying to get footage. So I just sat there. I started yelling at people real loud. I'm like, make a hole. There's a famous person trying to get footage of this. The one, the only, Sean Connolly. Please let the man work his art right now. Please part the ways and let him do it. And he's just sitting there looking at me like, no, man, I need you to do my intro for me. That was awesome. Wait, hold on. What does Walter have that? Oh, okay, good. It's something I don't have to worry about.
No, I've been looking for the whole week trying to find the stickers that I had left so I could send them to Shay, right? And I was sitting here thinking, and I'm like, you know what? I took 3 blue totes to Murph, but I only see 2 of them. Where did I put the other blue tote? So I'm like, oh,
that's where I got that blue tote from.
It's in the other room. So I went and got stickers and the stuff and putting it in a box, and tomorrow it will be put in the mail to Shay for the care packages he was putting together.
That's what happens when you have such a massive studio space. You lose stuff.
I know.
Ron Floyd is in the house. Hello, Ron.
It actually got a lot smaller yesterday. My daughter that's in Ireland, her ex-boyfriend brought all the stuff that was in his garage over to our house, and I'm like, I have nowhere to put it. But yeah, it's all in that room in there. So
that sucks.
So looks like my bandwidth went down a little bit, but it'll be all right. It'll come back.
My MMU2 is still wrapped in black, waiting on my MMU2S upgrade.
I don't know. Whenever I just sit there, I see like Prusa or MMU or anything else like that. I'm like,
you just ignore it.
I'm not working.
Yeah. Oh, it's all right.
My MMU2S's upgrade is also still wrapped in black.
In Prague?
No, it's in the room in there.
Ah.
I'm actually waiting on my rep box to get here and put it all together at one time.
Now, you saw the rep cord box, what they did with, what was it, Joe Mike, I think it was?
Yeah, the rewinders.
Yeah, he added the rewinders to the rep cord box, and he had it all set up, and it was on a little server rack and everything else. It looked really good. I was really impressed with the whole thing. And next thing you know, he's like, they're sitting there, they're trying to put on, like, they put on the Bondtech extruder and everything else. And I'm like, just sitting there, like, everyone's going to think that thing's going to come with it now.
Right.
There's no one but the...
My son-in-law and daughter-in-law showed up today, and they're like, hey, do you have a little TV we can put in this room? I'm like, no, it's all set up in my maker space for monitors. You're not getting one. So they do not have a TV to watch.
For Christmas, not Easter.
All right.
Right, but I was confused because the patching was white and not black. I don't know if you're being serious or not there, the 3D Medic Vince.
Maybe customs cut it open and then just rewrapped it with something.
There are a few cases of that where customs will open it up and everything else. There was one guy, I don't know what customs did to it, but it looks like they basically opened it up and took a fire hose to it because everything was just completely destroyed and everything else. He took all the photos and everything else, but I was like, I couldn't. The only thing I could think of is they thought it was a bomb and they threw it into water. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah, no. When I worked at Harbor Freight, we would get stuff in off the truck every once in a while that was like you could tell it was just ripped into, and then there would be a note on there. This, this was opened by customs.
Yep.
It's like, okay. Now
Hey guys,
sell
y'all
that.
are making Chris entirely too happy because he's getting to focus on his work too much. We need to interrupt Chris.
Let's Chris, can you share your experiences right now and maybe go into fine detail with the whole build process?
You have to say to him, "Hey Chris, what is that roll of filament back there? Can you grab that roll of filament and show me what that roll is?"
What's
That's my favorite one. No, that's one. No, that one.
Is that a Walter with bunny ears?
It is.
That's really disturbing.
That's another Tom Llama creation.
That's really disturbing.
Yeah, it is.
That one's new. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
No, we need to make Chris a little template for OBS, and right underneath where Walter's head, it says "this space for rent," so that way designers can just sit there and send in their stuff.
What I want to know is, when is Prusa going to pay Filament Frenzy and just ship his profile?
Honestly, I mean, Tom's work is absolutely amazing, and I don't know. I mean, like, as far as the whole custom thing goes and everything else, in all honesty, they have in Prusa, they have their own programmers and everything else who work on that, right? But if there was an extra profile or anything else, I mean, they could possibly add it. I don't know. I'm not a programmer. I'm not a developer. And don't everyone sit there and go, well, Shane's out there and said this. I don't know my head from my backside half the times, okay? So, but I mean, like...
Welcome to the club!
See, I fit right in. But as far as, like, Tom's work that he does, as far as the profiles, his stuff is absolutely amazing. And now, I really wish he was in here because he kind of brought this new designer to the limelight on Twitter and everything else. The designs this guy makes is absolutely insane. Because it was like, one was a skull, one was a pharaoh, and I would have to look on my phone, and it's out there right now, to get the guy's name. But his work is amazing. Maybe one of you guys in chat knows who I'm talking about, because what he's doing now is he's selling his models. He just started. He just made his first $100. And what he ended up doing was he's saving up for a printer now and everything else, because I really want to see this guy, get a printer and then really start designing. Because then just to see.
Are you talking about Jordan?
Yeah, it's like Jordan 19.
Yeah, Hawk's going to get Tom. He said he'd be here in a minute.
I'll get Tom.
Well, they live like right across the street from each other.
So like, I just look up and Ben Hawk 3D Pro said, "That's Shane," and then Justin said, "Shane from Prusa?"
Yes, I don't have the shirt
actually,
on.
Actually, right now he's Shane from Fun King 3D.
Yeah, I'm gonna this space for rent. Just slap it on.
I want to make this a thing. I want other YouTubers and stuff and people in the community to want to come here and be live.
Why not?
I think that'd be awesome, just to have this be the.
Because it's also a really good break from the usual streams. You're like, today I'm printing this, or I'm fixing that, and everything else. This is a completely different.
People already want to come in this stream, but we have it. Like, we made a decision early on that we would only have guests if one of us was going to be absent. We would have one guest to fill in. And then it was like, these streams are so much fun, nobody wants to be absent. So it's like, guests are really far and few between.
I did notice a few designers. I'm terrible with names, but they're on my mini factory, and they do it over in Europe. I think it's on Friday nights, their time locally, and it's just those guys just sitting there, just hanging out, shooting everything.
Are you talking about the Friday night?
Not the Friday night community, not the printing one. These are just a couple of designers.
Oh, really?
And they do. I forget the names. Someone's there. Wait, hold on. See if anyone got it. Shane. Wait. Is it research somewhere? Slicer P for multicolor non-Prusa. Multicolor non-Prusa. Techie Dad, do you mean like the mosaic or something else? Because now now it's going like crazy. What?
Carl. Okay, I'm back. Where did Xander go? Did Shane eat him?
He's in my belly. I got hungry.
You got Conan McGrupp than you.
I got hungry, He was just
Wexter and Fotis.
Wexter and Photo.
Webster and Fotis.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, those two do a nightly stream now with just talking about designing and hanging out and everything else. I caught it once.
It's really fun to get them two on a stream too, because they rib each other off of their own stream. It's pretty good.
Yep. Sent a message to see if the wizard appears. He's busy with voodoo.
Yeah.
You know what? Someone needs to tell Tom to sit there and stop thinking about himself and his special. I got the voodoo filament. Oh, I'm so special. And get his backside over here. We're calling him out. This is the first time I'm here in person, and I need to work with my voodoo. That's all right. I remember that.
You cashed my check for being on your stream, but you don't seem to be answering my emails anymore. Oh, well, you see, when you send us the check, there has to be processing time.
Now I'm sending my check. I didn't get one. It must be talking to you.
Yeah, there's a buy now button on the bottom of fundinthecountry.com.
Nice.
Wait, what are they buying?
To get on the stream.
You must be pocketing all. Are you pocketing all that money?
Yes, of course I am.
God dang it, Chris, we're being left out.
Goes right to my PayPal.
All right, Justin 3D. Okay, I got 3 Prusas right now, but I really want a bigger one. Do you think they'll ever have one in the works? I've never heard that before. This is the first.
I bet that's a
I
first
get that
time
question a lot. But just in general, as far as the developers go, they have their own projects and everything else. They keep it very hush hush, because
I can't imagine that they let too much.
No, I mean, when I was in Prague, it was cool because I could just go down. There's a few developers there that were just really great guys, very helpful and everything else. So I kind of got a little bit of peaks then and there. But I mean, you also have to remember, I still work for the company. I'm still under a non-disclosure. So it's not like I can sit there, oh yeah, they're going to do this incredible chocolate printer. I can't, they're doing that.
But you're off the clock, so you could tell us anything.
Yeah, I can tell you anything.
Really
but next you know, there's going to be a tweet next week.
Permanently off the clock.
Exactly.
You're not supposed to I thought NDAs were only good when you're on the clock.
Unfortunately, no. I actually made a mistake once, and I let someone know about something, and they turned around and went into an online chat, and they were like, "Hey, this is going to happen." I'm like, "Oh yeah." And I was there for probably about 6 weeks, and I'm like, "I'm fired. I'm so fired."
And then I mean, going above and beyond even the whole business side of it, but I mean, for a company like Prusa to say, okay, the whatever is coming out, or we're working on such and such. Mm-hmm. It would be, when is that out? Is it out? Can I order it now?
Oh no!
When is that going online? Can is it available now? And it's like,
it's just because I just sit there. I'm like, I'll tell them, like, all right,
count to 10. Keep your secret.
Oh yeah, because I'm sure it's just the internet. It's just us 3. It's a private chat. No one else can see it.
Yeah, then his name is Shane, not from Prusa anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It would be next week. You see, just like a tweet.
Not for food.
From my personal account. Hey, does anyone have any job openings that they know of in Florida?
Ron Floyd said, "What happens on YouTube stays on YouTube." Or at least somewhere else on the internet, right?
See, now if Hawk, if Tom was here right now, but he's too busy with his voodoo, because Tom is one I really want to get to the Prusa factory because he would just have such a blast there and everything else. So they kind of started the whole hashtag, get Tom to Prusa and everything. But he's too busy for us, so I guess I won't work on that project. So, Mr. Frenzy. All right, let's see. Mr. Green, always be the president of the truth about life. I'm lost on that one. So,
yeah, somebody just fronting something.
Because I thought it was like the answer to my own inner problems and everything else. I was going to go there and problem solved. Yeah.
Well, isn't it 42? I mean, how long does it actually take to read that? It's 42, right?
Exactly. When someone says
the answer,
it's the answer to everything.
That is, yeah.
When is this coming out? 42. I can't guess.
What I want to know is when will Prusa be in stock on Amazon? So he's joking. He's joking.
The smiley face was a dead giveaway because if not, my head would have just pounded straight into this.
So Joel posted to Twitter the other day.
Oh no!
Get it while you can, back in stock, blah blah blah. And I went like 3 minutes after he made that tweet.
It's gone.
And it was gone.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Because then, of course, when I go back to work on Monday, no one's going to ask me, But it was there, and why isn't it there anymore?
Chip Build says, "Do you recommend buying a Prusa now, or should I wait? Buy it now. There's nothing to wait for."
Yeah, I mean, it's getting to, I mean, as far as upgrades go and everything else, I mean, realistically, for the rep style for the MK3, I mean, there's not too much new that can be updated where it's a brand new model or version.
Right, but I mean, from the point of view of should I wait? You will wait forever.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always going to be something more coming. At no point is Prusa as a whole going to just be like, okay, here's everything that it could ever do, and we're done. Because then there's no more financial income.
Yep.
So, no, if you're constantly waiting for the next best thing, you will be constantly waiting forever.
Yeah, that goes with anything with technology, though.
Yeah. Well, and plus they always have such a fantastic upgrade path. I mean, yes, my 2S isn't a 3, but it's pretty darn close.
Well, when that happened, we came out with when the company came out with the MK3, right? And then it was like, okay, what about an upgrade package for the MK2? We just kept it at the 2.5 because in order to do the full-on upgrade, you need the whole power supply, the frame, and everything else. It would have cost, but then there was we got asked for it so much online and everything else, and we just finally said, okay, fine, here it is. Because if you're gonna go the full,
and it's almost the whole price of a 3.
It's $500. And then by the time you would have enough leftover parts to build another printer, if you try to source those parts out, you're gonna come close to the price for a full-on kit.
Yeah. So, for a couple $100 more, you just buy a 3 and then you have 2 printers.
Yep. You can sell the other one or, do whatever you want to with it.
Is that Abe Fandy? Prusa MK4 will be released.
42.
Maybe eventually.
42.
When it's good and ready and not a moment before that.
I use that answer every time somebody asks me, do I want some filament? Yes, 42. Yeah, 42. Chris, are you printing?
It's getting ready to. I swear.
We need a drum roll.
Well, Chris is a drummer, so he could give his own damn drum roll.
Well, we just have to keep on talking and mess up shenanigans from his video editing.
Right?
All right,
that's easy enough.
Yeah, just every once in a while, call him by name.
Girly man?
Spam the chat we want. Well, Hot 3D, I thought you're supposed to sit there and say Filament Frenzy 3 times in a mirror and he pops up.
Oh, that's what you're supposed to do, Shane.
Beetlejuice.
No, you could use that old mantra they used to do at summer camps. Owa, Tegu, Siam. And you say it faster and faster until you get to the end.
Yeah. What I can't remember.
Tegu, Siam.
Oh, what a goose I am?
Yes, that was it. And it was really funny. The first time I ever saw it, I was like 10 or 11. Went to a survival camp somewhere in Florida. And they had us around the fire, right? And it's dark, and we're out in the middle of the swamps. And they're like, okay, you got to do the little bowing thing, like the I am not worthy. So we're all doing that. There's like 15 of us around this fire. And we're all doing that around the fire saying, oh, what a goose I am, until we figured it out.
Only in Florida do you go to a summer camp in the swamp.
Oh yeah. It was a survival. It was survival camp. We spent the first week learning what we could eat in the woods and how to make traps and stuff like that. And then the second week we went in the woods with no food and had to trap and clean and all that stuff our own.
What was it? Rambo's Daily?
It sounds like a really low budget summer camp.
Either that or it's like
your parents just drop you off on the side of the road.
Yeah. Go ahead. You'll be fine. Bring us a pasta.
And
your camp.
The thing is, we do that.
Oh, We're losing you, Walter. You were digitizing there.
Did I digitize?
Yeah.
You're doing your max headroom.
Max headroom.
Sorry, late. I had to mow the yard.
God, showing our age again.
All except that one kid they never found again.
We won't speak of that.
Shh. I heard his name was Sean.
No,
They
his
just
nick,
call it being
his-
homeless.
we gave him a new nickname. We called him Chili.
Jilly.
How to survive mosquitoes the size of blue jays. That's right, Llama. That's right.
Oh yeah, the mosquitoes here. As soon as it starts to get dark out, don't be outside. Now, like within about an hour, you're fine. But as soon as it starts to get dark,
Yep.
like Alfred Hitchcock and the birds.
The creepy thing is, right now, I know he's serious.
Oh yeah,
Now, Glenn, the thing is, I don't know. Do you have sand gnats?
yeah.
Well, see, they're bad here. I don't know how bad they are where you live.
No,
They're worse than the mosquitoes here.
Oh no, the mosquito right at dusk, like just as it starts to get, as soon as one lands on you and bites you, that you run. You don't casually pick up your stuff and go inside. You run because they're going to take you away.
Later, Ben. Have a good night, buddy.
Bye, Ben. Thanks for being here, brother.
Do we have filament yet, Chris?
Now it's trying to decide if I think the tube length is too short.
Did you calibrate it?
I did, but this is the new extruder setup is really hard to tell where it is.
It's supposed to be. Yeah, I know, because it doesn't open up as much as the older version.
Yeah.
Everything else, but basically, it should. The sensor should do all the work for you.
Okay. Well, it is trying to figure it out. It's moved it forward and back a couple of times. We'll see if it just hashes it out for me here.
I'm hoping they change the PTFE2 from the MMU2 all the way down to the extruder and make it a clear one. It makes things a lot easier when you're trying to troubleshoot it.
Yeah, it would.
Because then you can fully see we got movements.
Now it's going to tell me something's bad wrong.
Did I work on it? I don't remember working on that.
Who asked me? Someone asked me something. If I work or if I'm visiting. It was just in 3D. I was living in Prague for about 10 years, and I started to work with Prusa over there. Decided to move back to the States, so I still work for them. I just do it remotely. So,
Which is a pretty sweet gig.
No, I can't complain with that. So I still work. I kind of work the same hours as I would over there. It's just I primarily do the second shift now for U.S. customers. So if you jump on chat between Monday through Friday, 4:30 in the afternoon to 12:30 in the morning Eastern time, you might get me.
Well, it's got to be beneficial for them too to have boots on the ground here for the different shows and stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, yeah, definitely. Between not even just sheer cost, but just like with the Etsy paperwork and everything else. Because one time actually, New York, 2018. Sorry. I had to use my Irish passport because my American one expired, and trying to go through all that paperwork and the lines and everything, it was insane. Wow. I don't know how anyone does that.
By the way, I got it locked onto you right now, Chris, so we're just staring at you.
Awesome. Villager Guy just tipped us $1. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, I was fixing to tell him that.
Much appreciated.
Thank you very much.
Woohoo.
All right. What happened, Chris? I thought I heard a hammer hit it.
The filament snapped inside the buffer.
Need new filament.
It is brand new filament. I've opened the boxes last night on all 5 of these spools.
Look, you need to turn the humidifier off in your basement.
Do we want to ask what brand it is? Or do we not want to say? That's all right.
Probably don't want to say.
All right.
Or maybe you could use that thing.
That thing. The
The thing.
It
Yeah.
works on everything.
You could use that thing that you can test it. That would work really well.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This is the reason why I don't test filament, is because of these types of things. Because you never know exactly how much consistency you have, right? There's so many factors that can throw it.
Is that the spooky Prusa?
The spooky Prusa.
Yeah, it looks kind of like a zombie Prusa from here.
The
The gray face and the dark
Joseph.
beard and yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of a zombie Prusa.
At least
Qubit nerd. Qubit nerd. Qubit nerd. I don't know how you pronounce it. How do you pronounce that?
Qubit nerd.
Qubit nerd.
Qubit nerd.
Welcome.
What is in the black? This thing here, Sean? That is the filament buffer.
Yeah, because there's multiple boxes, Sean. Might be helpful to say which one.
Yeah, what is that filament on the shelf right there?
Yeah,
Chris?
I'm still looking at that other model in the far back.
Oh man, I've been without an MMU for like 6
Villager guy setting you up with another $1.99.
Excellent, thank you. It's much appreciated.
See it.
They got him glitter doo doo.
There you go.
Yeah, it's text to speech isn't on, I'm afraid.
Nope. That's why I had to say it because it wasn't on.
Thank you, Walter.
Never let the machines win. That comes with the MMU2S upgrade. Is to help keep the filament from getting tangled and causing jams.
Sean said it buffs the filament.
No comment. Family-friendly channel.
Never buff the filament.
I know, Llama. I was wondering that myself. You probably needed to twist them so they face forward a little bit more.
I was
John
just
or
thinking,
Sean?
I'm like, I thought you just did something to.
She did. She fell for my booby trap, which would be the.
John O'Shaughnessy said text to Walter speech is better anyway.
text to Walter speech.
Yeah.
It's true.
A regular text to speech doesn't have the country accent.
I was gonna say I tried to get that accent on my text to speech and they just wouldn't do it.
Now, Walter, didn't you do a little intro? Was it for the community catch-up or was it for the Friday night hangout? They had you do a little video intro for them.
No, that was on You Do It, Used It.
Oh, okay.
I did it one night, just one day, just playing around for him, and he's like, "You've got to cut me one of those." So I did.
There you go. You can always do your little side gig.
It wasn't a country thing though.
No, but it was for another. It was for a stream, not yours.
Yeah, he had some video or something he wanted me to put it in. I can't remember. I had to do the movie voice, Glenn. The In a World.
Yep. Well, actually, that guy, the guy who does the honest trailers and everything else, he's now doing commercials for was it Nissan or Toyota and everything else, where he just sits there, he's driving with someone, they don't know who he is, so he's on a test drive and he just breaks into like the whole movie voice and everything else, and then people are just going like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
That guy makes a lot of money.
Oh yeah, he does.
A lot of money.
And he does. Actually, they tried to redo the Transformers a little bit on YouTube on Machine Bridge, and for like season 2, that guy actually did the voice for Optimus Prime. And so, season 1, sorry. And then they got was it Peter Cullen to come in to do season 2 and 3 and everything. Did a really good job.
Yeah.
Though.
Martin says, "Do it, do it."
Do it. You can do it.
How many printers do I have?
Just one.
Enough.
It's an N8.
With the fire extinguisher next to it. Sorry. Well, at least I feel safe.
I actually, I don't have one in the kitchen, but I actually have that fire extinguisher up here, not just because of that, but just because of the amount of appliances that are running up here.
Yeah.
So
What issue did you run into there, Chris?
Can't hear Chris.
We lost your microphone, Chris.
No, he just doesn't want to talk to us anymore.
No, he just put on mute. He's swearing up a storm.
Well,
right
he
now.
had like a 25-hour live stream this morning, so his battery's dead for his microphone.
Don LaFontaine. There you go.
Don LaFontaine.
That's the guy that does the in a
In a
world
world.
full of people who should get out of my way.
In a world of 3D printing, Chris is the master.
Or was he passed in 2008? Yeah, there is another guy though that mimics him, like
I'm
exactly.
sure there's several that do that.
Yeah, there was a comedian, Pablo something.
Yeah.
He's done the
He was
voice.
really good at it. Yeah.
All right, try it, Chris. Now
So
tell
anyway,
me
as I was
what's
saying,
happening.
So I snapped the filament once. I didn't have the Fenda probe adjusted correctly, and I had the first channel was a little rough, so I've aligned the gears a couple of times. So I think I'm getting there.
Why does your voice sound like you're on helium, Chris?
Like I'm an alien?
Like you're on,
On
helium.
helium.
Helium?
Yes.
Did you put too big of batteries in there?
What's the other one though? You got helium, and then what's the other? It's nitrous that slows it way down, right?
No. It's
Argon. It's
I
one of
can't
those.
remember, but yeah, it makes your voice real deep.
Yeah, it's one of the heavy gases that makes your voice
Yeah,
really
I
deep.
can't remember. I know that they used it on Mythbusters to fill a fish tank, and then they floated an aluminum foil boat on it. Like they poured it was invisible,
Yeah.
but they poured it in and filled because it's heavier than air,
Yeah.
and then they floated a tinfoil or aluminum foil boat on there. Tinfoil. There's my age showing.
That's all right. I can't say the other word.
Sulfur. Yeah, sulfur hexafluoride.
There you go.
Now, all right. So after Mythbusters, you have Adam Savage doing his own thing now. You know, he's really into promoting his channel and going on maker fairs and everything else.
Right.
What about the other guy?
Jamie. Well, Jamie owns M5 Industries.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they were always big. You know, Jamie's owned M5 Industries for years and years, and Adam was one of his employees. And then all of a sudden, the show took off where they became equals, and then they ended up not liking one another.
Yeah, because I heard the stories of that.
Yeah, there was some headbutting going on because the boss was no longer the boss. But
Right.
I'm sure that Jamie is still doing M5 Industries.
Oh, he does. And as a matter of fact, he has a pretty good YouTube presence as well. And Tom is in here, Filament Frenzy. Thank you, Tom.
I'm sorry. He finally graced.
I appreciate you calling me good looking. I do appreciate that, Filament Frenzy. You're such a nice guy.
Oh, wait, whoa, who's that good looking dude there? My name is Glenn, Tom.
My name is Walter. Walter. That's the old guy that you're looking at there, Glenn.
And my name is Alternate Walter.
You should have like a online, like, you know, he's gonna be Swamp Guy Larry, and if Walter doesn't run with Swamp Guy Larry, he's crazy.
Listen here. I outrun Swamp Guy Larry. That fat sucker can't run very much at all.
I'm sorry, Walter running.
You're right. And I can outrun him.
You should have like an alter ego on the interweb.
Shane, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know you very good, but we can race any time because this fat boy can run.
Yeah, this is what would happen with me. I'll get 3 steps, clutch my chest, and fall over and die.
Walter just convinces himself there's a box of Krispy Kremes on the other.
You're right. No, it's funny. My daughter, in the height of her softball playing career, she thought that she was going to outrun her old man one day. And yeah, that didn't take very long.
Oh, that's my kids. We've been through that with the kids too.
Yeah, mine was 17 at the time, Glenn. I mean, she was young and she can run. She's fast. Danielle is fast, but I can run. That's one thing I can do.
Well, your legs have built up over the years carrying all that extra mass.
Carrying all that extra, right.
Yeah.
Not only that, what I do is stop talking for a while, and the hot air makes me lighter. Builds up in my head.
Sean Butler said the race to White Castle. I miss White Castle.
I would lose that race. Glenn would win it.
I was talking to some friends today after church because they're from Kentucky, and we were talking about White Castle. So I've been thinking about White Castle all day today. It's only 10 hours from here. You know, that's not such a bad drive.
It's one thing I do have to check out because, like, I have always seen the commercials for Arby's, and they got the guy who does the voice for Bob's Burger. I forget the guy's name. So if you just listen to the commercials, it's like Bob's Burger guy is just talking about.
Oh, that's the guy that's we've got the meats for sandwiches.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting there. There was none up in New England, and then for giggles, I looked around and there's an Arby's closer. I'm like, I am so going there. I just had to try out everything.
Carl from NAC 3D Design said, Filament Frenzy, hey Tom, don't let them fool you. They've been bad mouthing you the entire stream.
But then he came. But listen, and the reason I love Tom to death because he come back and said I wouldn't have it any other way. He wouldn't have it any other way.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Oh, but he's actually extra famous because he did up a little Easter video and everything else and he put it up on Twitter with Skittles coming down it. Tagged Skittles in there, and they actually replied to him. So now he's extra famous. But no, because I forget who asked earlier on the stream. They were no, actually, I'm sorry, Walter, it was you. It was about Tom doing profiles for Slick 3R Slicer, whatever you want to call it. Right. So I was just curious to see, because I didn't know are you doing the profiles for Slick 3R? Because I would like to try off a little side by side.
Slicer.
Whatever. Slick 3R Slicer.
On my house.
Okay.
3R.
Put you down the stairs next.
Yeah, no kidding.
That chair's got wheels. I'll just roll you over and push you right down the stairs.
No, but before, I forget who it was. They said, John said, Child Protective Service. You pushed me down the stairs. They're calling senior services on your backside.
Hey, and guys, Justin 3D got it right. Okay, you can run, Walter, but for how long? That's the problem.
Yeah.
I got about 100 yards, and then I'm going to take a nap.
100 yards. I wouldn't make it 100. I'd be dead before I hit 100 yards.
No, I can run flat out for about 100 yards, but then I got to lay down for a minute.
Yeah, no, I could do 50 to 100 feet full bore sprint, but
I grew up in the swamp, so I mean, running was part of life.
Yeah, but that was 100 years ago.
Yeah, it was, but some things stay around. The mind may go.
Priscilla said that you had to train, running from the T-Rexes and stuff.
Right. That's right. I had to save your ugly butt.
That just came out of I'm like, wow, really? That came from you.
Typically, the way that it works is these streams will start and somewhere in there, one of us will make an old guy joke to the other one, and then Chris will stop and go, wait. 33 minutes in.
No, I've seen a few of them.
But he's 8 hours into an MMU2 upgrade, so we'll see.
Yeah.
He's 8 hours into a 3-hour upgrade.
At Glenn's house, they end up at the bottom of the stairs wondering how they got there. Well, they only come one time.
There'll just be a pile of us down
That's
there.
why we don't have repeat guests.
There you go.
I'm not even sure I fully understand how this filament sensor is supposed to work.
Magic? Science?
Does the door trip it?
There's a little... All right, so on the MK3S and on the 2, it's a little bit similar, except it's basically a little switch. So when the filament comes down, it triggers it, turns on the sensor.
It's got a flag. It's got a little flag that breaks the beam.
Well, on the upgrade, it's just a light sensor, and it looks like the door triggers it.
Yeah, you still have that little flag or door on both the MMU2 extruder and the MK3S extruder. It's just slightly different as far as the extra hardware that's in there. But
the filament pushes on the gears hard enough to move the door to move the flag into place?
It will push.
That's what it looks like.
Sean Butler said if Chris Riley doesn't know, no one knows.
Not even Prusa.
That's why I'm just keeping my mouth shut. I'm like, wait.
They have to consult Chris Riley before they release anything. Well, they do now.
That would be the coolest job ever, by the way.
You think?
What?
Prusa comes up with someone and ships it to you. What do you think? Oh, this is crap.
Well, that's what we did with the tinfoil guy.
Everything starts coming out with like a Chris Riley
stamp
seal of approval on it.
Just Chris's face with that.
That would be awesome.
If it's good, then it's like a thumbs up. If it's bad, it's the guy falling down the stairs.
Did you do the S group upgrade as a standalone first, or is this the first machine? This is a Mark III S that I upgraded for the MMU2S.
Okay, so he has the Mark III S version. So what did you have to change on the extruder for the multi-material then?
Yeah, so it's so the S has the bearing, the ball on the arm that swings and triggers it.
Okay.
Well, the MMU2S has a door that you take that ball arm off. It has a door with a longer extension on it. That's the flag. So you have just an optical sensor on the top, and I'm guessing so the filament comes down and triggers the Bondtech gears and pops that door out just enough to trigger that flag in that optical sensor.
So when the two gears spread that little bit,
yeah, it rocks it just enough to break that.
That's got to be pretty precise.
I was fixing to say that's a close tolerance to be depending on a spring stiffness.
Because obviously you push those two Bondtech gears too far apart, and they're not going to do their job.
Right. So I'm not sure.
Okay. That's yeah. Yeah. Nappin said that one of these days, wait, what did he say? Don't make fun of the don't be mean to fat people someday. They might save your life for being slower.
Well, how's that saying go? You don't have to outrun the bear, you only have to outrun the next slowest guy.
Yeah, that was what was that? It was Up the Creek, wasn't it? That movie. He's like, why are you taking your shoes off? You can't outrun a bear. No, but I can outrun you. Yeah, okay. Filament Frenzy said that's the way it is. Everybody says, yeah, that's the way it is, but that just seems like an awful precise thing to have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've never looked into the spec on those optical sensors, like how wide the actual light beam is, like, how much tolerance there is inside of those. Cause obviously you can't see the light. It's infrared, but
well, that has to do with the sensor itself, because I know the ones on the TiVo Little Monster are crap. The cheap ones that I got for the Hypercube Evo, they're crap too, and they can vary by a millimeter on their sensing. So,
that's scary. I might have to look into some better ones for the FK1 then, because I bought just cheapies.
Yeah, the ones on the FK1. If they're doing that, they have to be pretty damn precise. Now, Chris, I'm looking at your MK3S, and it's got the case on it with the door for the 0 on the back. Is that it? Is that why I'm seeing a circuit board on this side?
Yep, that's a 0.
Okay, so you did put a 0 on it?
Yeah.
And that's the one you got from Murph, or?
Yep, this is the one from Murph.
Dang, man. When's that video coming out of putting that 0 on there?
I already got one of those.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. But this is a new machine. It's a completely new machine.
Kind of.
I need to print that case, though, because I bought a 0W. It's still in the box. I still have all the correct pins and everything to put it on there, and I just never have.
Yeah, it works pretty well. It's kind of slow, but especially for the standalone machine, just single color, it works really well. The MMU, that doesn't sound good. The MMU, the files are huge. So sometimes I kind of think that 0 might be causing issues on multicolor prints. But standalone, I use it all the time.
But really, that's really weird, though, because, I mean, even the multicolor, though, is still only single color.
Yeah.
It's
true.
And so you think the processor's too slow? Or is it the memory that it's reading from and stuff? Its whole bus rate and all that's just too slow.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what would cause it. I mean, to actually make logical sense out of that. But I have had a lot more issues trying to print MMU from 0 than I have from the card.
But now, how about a difference between a 0 and a regular Pi?
Right, and that's a whole different scenario. So the regular Pi might be just fine because it's got more than enough power to do that G-code stream.
I got another question for you, Chris. The pins on the 0W, are they the same as the pins on the regular Pi? The two header rows down each side, are they the same?
I believe it is, actually. Yeah, I believe it's the same GPIO set.
So theoretically, you could just plug the Pi into there, the 3B plus into there using some, connection device, and it should work the same, right?
Yeah, if you had like a ribbon cable or something, yeah, you could probably make that work pretty easy.
Or if you just like made a standoff and had it stick out of the side a little bit.
That's what I was thinking, Glenn, that one of those that, took the two and moved them over to the same configuration as the 0W and just plug it on the outside.
Yeah, I keep hitting MMU2 load fail.
This isn't giving me much hope.
It's not for the faint of heart.
I might have to buy a second Prusa printer because I like mine so much that I'm afraid to mess with it.
It'll be fine.
I really like that printer.
No,
I panic anytime I have to do anything to it because it works so well.
You got the 2.5 on there right now.
I love mine too until I say do multicolor.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I say that, I cringe.
Well, did you put you don't have the S upgrade for that yet, do you?
I've got it. It's in there. It's not put on it.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, it's not on there yet.
Well,
and
the thing is, and I've been reached out to because I said I was going to put it on there, and I was told don't do it until you contact me so I can give you a few pointers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
when I get things set up a little bit more, because I had it, I helped with the beta test for the MMU2, but I haven't been able to get enough hands-on time with it and everything else, just from space, the amount of space that I had and blah, 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 blah. But probably in July, you'll see me with a nice setup going and everything else. So at least that way, and stuff like, I want to try to do more content where it's like, not like a phone-in show. And I know like Tom Sounder has this was it the Senpai 101, where it's like, people will give him his photos of their prints and he'll tell them what's wrong with it and everything else. But at least try to come up with some content where it's like, okay, the MMU2 is doing this wrong, so this is what you do and everything else, and try to work, try to get back in the swing of things with content.
Filament Frenzy, that's similar to what Chris said earlier, was that, he's palette 2 has just not been nice to him.
Yeah, I've paid for both products, and palette 2 has been extremely frustrating, especially for what it costs.
Now, he said that palette 2 versus MMU2 right out of the box, the palette wins the experience. But if you get the MMU2 dialed in and working reliably, it's another level. So, yeah,
I'd agree with that statement. Out of the box, especially because the palette 2, you get this nice, pristine, thing that you don't have to put together. But calibration on the palette 2 isn't that easy, or it wasn't with the original firmware. It's a little easier now. Palette 2 is just so unpredictable.
Patrick Nienhoff wants to know from Shane. He says that he would like to see the textile sleeves as a replacement part on the store. The first MK3 still has the spiral wrap for the X motor. The rest is the nicer textile due to the upgrades.
Mm-hmm. Now, it really kind of depends. Because if you go to the online shop and into the replacement parts section, if there's something not there, you can always jump on chat and ask one of the guys, one of the support guys. Normally what they'll do is if something's not in there, they'll get in touch with procurement or even the shipping guys and see if there's a price on it and everything else. But also, depending upon where you at, what's his name? Chris Russell did that whole Pimp My Prusa little video there, and he found the wraps, a very similar type of wraps on Amazon, and people just order directly from there. Because the only problem is, especially if you're in, if you're outside of Europe, you're gonna get hit with shipping charges like crazy.
I'm sure that those wraps are available. I mean, Prusa's not making those.
No, we purchased them.
Yeah, they got to be out there.
Yeah, I mean, you can get them, but also if you have an order with Prusa and everything else, you want to add something to it and everything else, you can't find it or whatever. Contact, just hit that chat support button.
Anytime other than 3:30 to 12:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Exactly. Oh no! If we ever actually do like regular phone calls and everything else, I'll pay Walter for the day just to do phone support, because I'll just record the entire thing. Because I can just
we would have a blast. I'm gonna tell you.
Oh my God, that would be the best thing ever.
And Justin, I do not have a nozzle X on my Prusa yet. I do have a hardened nozzle on there, but again, it's all working, so I don't. I fear change. It just works so well. I don't want to monkey with it. So.
But see, here's the thing, Shane, because they would get on there and they'd be like, "Man, my filament is stringing so bad." I'd be like, "Buy an Ender 3." Man, these bolts fell out the bottom. Buy an A-Net A8. Those would be my answers. That's all I would say. Just
Tony Ryan wants to know if anybody's got PETG to work with the MMU2.
I've seen some cases where they've actually kind of, instead of using the soluble supports, they'll put the settings in there, but they'll put PETG in there instead of the soluble supports, so that the PLA won't bond to the PETG.
Interesting.
So, I mean, instead of spending, $50 or $80 on like a very small roll of the soluble, they're trying it out with the PETG. So the models are in PLA.
Right.
The support is in PETG, because the lower temperatures, it shouldn't stick to it.
It won't bond to it.
And it should break apart. As far as regular other PETG MMU2 prints, I've seen it in the first one that people did it. I haven't seen it much in the second one, but then in all honesty, I kind of been MIA from social media. But, it's something I can keep an eye out for.
Yeah,
John O'Shaughnessy.
I have done PETG on the MMU successfully a couple of times. It works out pretty well. Now, the longer you print, though, the more you're getting susceptible to the stringiness of PETG. It seems like every time it does a ramming sequence, the string gets just a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
So that can happen. But I've had pretty good success, actually. But that PETG has to be like pristine, super, super dry, the best you've ever seen.
Prusa. Sorry. Allergies.
I would switch to Prusa only if I could get more of it.
Nappin says PLA with PETG supports is awesome.
My mind is completely shut off. I don't know. I'm in Europe, Netherlands, and indeed.
Why is Clint just sitting there flapping his gums and not working on the FK1? I'm waiting on parts to arrive. My ball screws were supposed to be in on the 15th, and they haven't made it to California yet. So it's coming.
Oh,
I've been online.
Xander aged a lot in the hour I was gone.
I've been online for 6.5 hours today, and Uncle Ron is the first one to call me out for not having a beard.
Oh, you still got a beard.
I kind of have a beard. I don't have a full beard.
Well,
That's
everybody's not perfect. Look at Glenn.
I don't pay attention to your facial hair. I'm sorry, Chris Riley.
I don't need it.
Just your ponytail, brother. Just that ponytail.
A buddy of mine, Chris, had a ponytail just like yours, and a couple of years ago, he decided to do it for the Locks of Love or whatever it is. He cut the whole thing off.
Yeah,
and it just the whole time, and it was down to his butt, just like yours. And everybody on Facebook was like, "Oh, you look so much better," and blah blah. I'm like, "No, you don't, dude. You look like a weird."
There's a name for persons without beards.
Yeah, Chris.
I have a beard. You guys just don't realize it. I've been growing this one for a couple days now.
Are you talking about that chin roll under there? Is that what you're talking about?
I can't remember. I have to ask my wife how long it was that I went.
Glenn, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That is not a chin roll. That's an old age wrinkle. My bad. My bad.
Yeah, I can't remember how long I went one time without shaving, and I had like 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, you can't.
I went like 2 weeks without shaving or something, and it was like,
You know, I've been saying this is no shave 19, and I had a goatee for a long time, but I actually stopped shaving the sides of this. I think it was like September of last year. I haven't shaved the sides of my face. I'm like you. It just doesn't. I'm not one of those that wakes up in the morning, shaves, and then by 3 o'clock I'm going, oh, let me braid this.
yeah, no, I have a spot right here where nothing grows in. So even if I tried to grow it, I'd have like a bald spot.
I've got one of those right up underneath here. Just the hair is too long now. You can't see it anymore.
Glenn's beard's in a box with the rest of his hair.
Glenn
How do you
has
know I shaved all my hair?
All right, guys, look, that's 6 o'clock. I'm going to have to get off here because I got family in and I need to go spend some time with them.
Wait, there's an important question here because this is a good battle right here. What do you all think is the best monthly filament box?
No comment right now. I'm not going to say
no
that.
comment. I'm not in on that.
That was a shutdown very fast.
I think the best filament box is the one that you enjoy the most. So
There you go.
Get each of them at least one time. And if you want to do Maker Box, I have a coupon code. You don't have to use the link; it doesn't matter. But I have a coupon code in my description of my video, so you can get a little bit off on that. But try each of them one time, and then you make the decision on what works for you because they're all a little bit different.
But I will say this: if you go to alien3d.us and get a box, use the code Kuntry3D so you get 15% off every month. But I'm not going to tell you which one to pick for sure.
Well, no, pick them all. I mean,
we can see the right.
You
But
try them all. And
just
there's
give me your code.
Mondo boxes out there as well. I don't know if there's any others than those. Those are the 3 I can think of right now. So, but yeah, it just depends on what you want. They're all different enough that there's not one that's better than any other one, depending on what you want. So that's how we cover that. Like that's how you cover the political and religious questions.
I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to take notes.
What's the best religion? Whatever one works for you.
Yeah.
Who's the best presidential candidate? Whichever one that works for you.
Okay.
Vote for Pedro.
Vote for Pedro.
Yeah, vote for Pedro. All right, Walter, let's do this. You want to do your outro?
Oh, sure. I'm Walter from Country 3D. And you can find me everywhere at Country 3D. I normally am just a punching bag for the 2 other guys in front of the country basement, but that's okay. I have broad shoulders and I can handle it. Yeah, just wait till that foot reaches that. I'm going to get Uncle Ron to do it, though, because he might kick somebody else thinking it's you.
Aww.
But anyway, y'all have a great day. Thank you for being here. Each and every one of you. Couldn't do it without you. Thank you very much for joining in. Glenn.
Oh, is it my turn?
It is.
All right, so this is the part where I say, hey, everybody, I am Glenn.
And I'm Shane.
And together right now, we are Fun King 3D, and we can be found everywhere at Fun King 3D. The easiest place to find us, of course, is funking3d.com. Our main choice of contact is Twitter. If you contact me through Facebook, I may or may not reply, not because I don't want to, but because I don't generally see the messages very often on Facebook. Please remember that next Sunday, for the Fun in the Country Basement stream, it is Fun King's birthday. We are 2 years old, technically on Saturday, but we're going to celebrate it on Sunday. There will be giveaways. I haven't gotten everything locked in yet, but there is definitely some filament from IC3D. We have these cool nozzle torque wrenches from the Olsen Ruby Nozzle Company, and they're in the like limited edition Matter Hackers blue.
Very nice.
There's a $25 Matter Hackers gift certificate. There is a $25 printed solid gift certificate. I haven't bought it yet, but I plan to, so that's good enough, right? And Uncle Ron has sponsored up a printer. It is I can't remember. Uncle Ron will have to tell us what it is. I think it's Zone Star. But we are going to give a printer away. As of this point, all of the prizes are U.S. only, so my apologies for anybody that's outside of the United States, but I just flat can't afford to ship outside of the United States. It is ridiculously expensive, but I promise the next time I do giveaways, I will have some stuff for you overseas, guys. As always, check funcountrybasement.com for where the stream is occurring, and that link is always there by Sunday at the latest, but usually a few days ahead of time. That way you can always keep track. Next week it will be here on Fun King 3D's channel. I want to thank Shane for coming in and freaking Xander out.
He's still nowhere to be seen. I haven't heard.
No, he's playing video games on the other side of the wall. So, but I think that's all I got. Did I cover everything?
I think you got it. Excellent. Well, thank you for everyone today for joining both the streams, hanging out all day. It was great. We got a lot of stuff done. Feeling pretty good about that. I actually got to attend Fun in the Country Basement, which I've been out for a couple of weeks, so that was it's always good to get caught up. Shane was here today. Xander was here today. I mean, we had all kinds of different things happening, and it's Easter. It was awesome. Always appreciated everyone in the chat, especially with the tips and everything. That is never required, but always appreciated. Hope everybody had fun. You can find Kuntry 3D, Walter, Glenn, Fun King 3D. Their information is below. As Glenn said, funcountrybasement.com to figure out where the stream is going to be every week. And I will be here for Glenn's stream next week for his channel birthday. And I think that is everything. So, as always, we love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. And we will see most of you next week.
Thanks, everybody. Love you.
Thanks, guys.
Later, guys.